Okay, today we are starting new chapter, vectors, which is very important chapter in physics. This chapter will not only help you in class level, but also will help you in the higher classes. The knowledge of this chapter will carry on in all the higher classes you study. The chapter name is vectors. Okay, in lower classes you will learn what are scalars, what are vectors. There are two types of physical quantities, scalars and vectors. We say scalar quantities are those which have only magnitude but no direction. And vector quantities are those which have both magnitude and direction. You learn this one in the lower class. Okay. What are the examples of scalars and example of vectors? Please mute, everyone mute yourself and listen quietly. When you have some question, then that time only you raise the hand and then ask the question. Other time, you please keep your microphone off all the time. Otherwise, it will be echoing on there. So, it will. So what are the example of scalars? Can you give some example of scalars? I think you know that example of scalars in the lower classes. You have learned that scalars examples are
temperature, mass, length.
Yes, distance, mass, length and distance is same. Mass, temperature you are saying is right. Temperature.
Work.
Then work, yes, work, power, energy, yes. Work,
Time.
power,
Speed.
energy, yes. Time, speed, yes, very good. Carry on, speed.
Current.
What are the, yes,
Density.
current also, scalar. Density also scalar, good. Etc.
Electric current.
Current I have written there, so it comes under the same. Okay, so these are the example of scalars. What are the example of vectors? Some example of vectors we should give.
Sir, displacement,
Velocity.
momentum, velocity,
Displacement, yes.
acceleration,
Okay, I like that.
force,
Displacement,
acceleration,
velocity,
force, momentum,
acceleration, force, very good.
momentum,
Intensity of electric field.
etc.
Intensity of
Momentum.
electric field.
Okay, don't go by the book. Do you know what is the intensity of electric field? That is in class 12, so you will not know now. So don't go for such examples about which you do not know. Don't follow the book, because in the book they have given many surveys. You follow, concentrate on those things which you have already done and we are familiar with those things. Don't give any extra examples. Displacement, velocity, common example you should think of. Okay, don't go high-fi. Displacement, velocity, acceleration, force, momentum. These things you have done in the lower classes and you have the knowledge that they are vectors.
So what is
They, yes? Yeah, you were saying something? Huh?
so momentum? Momentum, what is it?
Momentum, I will say. Momentum is, you have done in lower class 9, no? Rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force. Momentum is mass into velocity. Momentum, change of momentum gives force. So momentum is denoted by the symbol P, and momentum formula we have P equal to mv, mass into velocity. Okay, mass into velocity is called momentum.
Torque.
Torque also, yeah, torque also vector, you know that, because clockwise direction, anti-clockwise direction. Let us add torque also, torque or moment of force, torque, etc.
Pressure.
These are the examples. No, pressure is a scalar. Pressure is a scalar. Okay, pressure is not vector. Okay. Now, definition says that the quantity which has magnitude and direction both are called vectors, and the quantity which has only magnitude. Magnitude means only the size, only the numerical value. Okay, without any
Yes.
direction. If I write S value only 5 Newton, so 5 Newton is the magnitude. Okay, but to show, to express in vector form, we have to put an arrow on top of it. Any vector quantity is represented by an arrow on top of it. This will tell you the vector force. We say force vector. We can read this way, force vector. If I write only F, if I write only F, that means it's only force without vector. That means it has got only magnitude. We are talking about only the magnitude. But when you write like this, then this will tell you that the vector force, it must have a magnitude and it must have a specific direction. So any vector quantity, either A or B, if I have A like this is vector A. We read vector A. B is write B vector or vector B we read. Vector B. So same way, displacement is S. The symbol is S. We put an arrow on top. We become displacement vector, or we call it vector displacement. Displacement vector or vector displacement is the same thing. Same way, any vector quantity is represented by an arrow on top of it. But if I write only S, that means only the magnitude of S, displacement, is denoted by S. Suppose S value is anything 2 meter and all, the value of S is 2 meters. Only magnitude I'm talking about. Sometimes the magnitude is written like this also, like magnitude A, this is called modulus. This means magnitude of vector A. This thing we can write this is the magnitude of the vector A. This one is called modulus of A or
So only positive.
or magnitude of A. Or only the magnitude of A. Magnitude is only the size. Okay. Like 3 unit, 4 unit, whatever unit. So only the size I write about. Magnitude of vector A, which means more times magnitude of vector A. Either you write this way or we write A is the same thing. So suppose this one talks about only the size, only the magnitude, but without any direction. Okay. Now, the important thing is addition of vectors or even a subtraction of vectors. What are the algebra of vectors? Algebra means, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. You have to learn about that. Okay. Addition of vectors are done by a specific rule. There is a specific rule for the addition of vectors. We can't simply add. Scalar quantities are always simply added, always. Suppose I say one scalar A is having 5 meters, or A is having 4 meters, B is having the value 3 meters. What is the value of A plus B? If they are scalars, A plus B value will be direct addition. We can directly add 4 plus 3 and write answer 7 meters. Simple addition will take place. But vector addition is not simple. You have to see the direction between these two vectors. Direction matters a lot. Or angle between the two of them will matter a lot. So we write A plus B, like this magnitude of this will be different, will not be same, will not be 7. If you write equal to 7, it may become wrong. It will not be equal to 7. It will be something else. I give one simple example. Suppose if A is a vector 4 meters in the direction like this. This is A. A value is like this in this direction, and B is like this. B's direction is like this. This is the direction of B vector. An angle between them is 90 degrees, suppose. So where is the addition of these two? Addition of these two is given by this one. I think in lower class we used to find displacement, if you remember that. The value, magnitude of B is 3 meter, the magnitude of A is 4 meter here given. We have to use our Pythagoras theorem here. Pythagoras theorem and find this value. This is the value of addition of the two vectors. So Pythagoras theorem, if you follow, it becomes 5 meter here. This is the value of displacement. You remember in class 10 we used to do, in the lower classes we used to do the problem, find the distance traveled by the body, which a distance means distance is scalar. We are simply adding 4 meter plus 3 meter and answer is 7 meter. But what is the value of displacement? Because we know the displacement is a vector. So displacement by drawing a triangle here and applying the Pythagoras theorem, the value of displacement value will come, the magnitude of displacement S will come 5 meters. So is it simple addition? Are you getting the answer by simply adding them? Answer is no. There is a specific rule of addition of vectors. Two vectors are added by following a particular rule. There is a particular rule for that. That is the main difference between the vectors and the scalars. There are a specific rule to add two vectors or even to subtract two vectors. We cannot simply add, we cannot simply subtract. Okay, so from here your topic begins. The main thing begins from there. So you can write law of addition of vectors. Law of addition of vectors. Give the heading law of addition of vectors. There are two laws. One is called law of triangle, other one is called law of parallelogram. Law of parallelogram. So first you learn the, actually both of them are same. Both of them are same. Okay. First we will be doing law of parallelogram. So you just write down here, law of parallelogram. First you learn the law of parallelogram and then you learn the law of addition. So the derivation is also important. The derivation of the formula. How do we apply the law of parallelogram? Please write down the statement. Statement of law of parallelogram that when two vectors represent the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram represents the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram taken in order. Then the diagonal of the parallelogram, gives the resultant of the addition of two vectors, gives the resultant of addition of two vectors, Okay. Now please try to understand what is this law and how do we apply. Let us have two vectors A and B. Suppose we are having two vectors A and B with an angle theta between them. Let A and B are, you can write it, are two vectors. Let A and B are two vectors with an angle theta between them. Angle between the two vectors are very important. So let us suppose there are two vectors A and B the angle between them is theta. So first, that is why which sides are called adjacent sides. These two sides are adjacent sides, or even these two are adjacent sides. These two are opposite sides. These two are also opposite sides. So one of them I take as A. One of them is direction of this one. This one is representing a vector A. I write as this vector A, and B is representing vector B. Vector B, like this. So where is the diagonal of the parallelogram? There are two diagonals. One diagonal will be like this PR, another diagonal will be QS. We have to take a diagonal from the common origin. This is the origin from both the vectors are originating. This is the point from where both the vectors are originating. A is originating, B is also originating. From here, if we draw a diagonal to the parallelogram like this diagonal will give the value of resultant vector, resultant of their addition. We write here R is equal to A plus B, like this, with the vector sign, vector addition. R will be representing A plus B. This is called law of parallelogram. Here we are taking the angle between E and B as theta. This angle between them is theta. I like this theta. So once again, see the statement. Statement says when two vectors represent two adjacent sides of a parallelogram taken in order like this, in order, then the diagonal from the common origin, diagonal from the common origin gives the resultant vector, resultant of their addition. That will be the value of the resultant of their addition of the two vectors, A plus B. Now I talk about what is the magnitude of this R and what is the direction of this R. We will find that. Let us suppose that magnitude of vector A is A. Either we can write like this, or you can write as I showed already, like this is equal to A. You are talking only the magnitude. I take the magnitude of vector A as A, magnitude of vector B as B, and magnitude of vector R as R. Only R I take. R means only the magnitude, R. Without any arrow, that is only magnitude. Okay. Now I'll find the formula of the magnitude for R. What is the value of the magnitude R? For that, what I will do, I will be extending this line, PQ line will extend, and I drop a perpendicular from this point. I'll drop a perpendicular like this, perpendicular and drop here. And I'll give the name of the perpendicular as anything RN. Any name I will give. Okay. Now, this one QM I will take as X, and this thing I take as Y. This distance is X, this distance is Y. This one I will take as Y. X and Y. And we know the fact that in a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel and equal in size. This one and this one will be parallel, and they will be equal. Size-wise, they will be equal. What is the size of this line? Size of this line is B. The size of this line will also be B. Here the angle is theta, so this angle will become theta. This is corresponding angle. Because lines are parallel, so this angle and this angle is corresponding angle. So this angle will be theta from geometry. Okay, I'll find the value of X in terms of theta, and I'll find the value of Y in terms of theta. So first I'll write here in triangle RQM, use cos theta. Cos formula is base by hypotenuse, that base is X and hypotenuse is B. Therefore, the value of X will become B cos theta. Similarly, I'll be using sin theta there. Sin theta will be perpendicular by the base, Y upon B. Therefore, the value of Y will become B sin theta. So now we know the value of x. What is value of x? I write below that value of x is becoming b cos theta, and the value of y is becoming b sin theta from here. Okay. Now I take the big triangle to involve r to find the value of r like this. Big triangle, right angle triangle, what? PRN. This one, the bigger one. Now write here in triangle. I love this part now. Right here in triangle RPM. In triangle RPM, Pythagoras theorem I will use now. What is Pythagoras theorem? Hypotenuse square, this thing square is equal to this square plus this square. Let us write down PR square is equal to PM square plus RN square. Pythagoras theorem. Using Pythagoras theorem. Okay, PR, size of PR is R, that is the resultant, right? R square. PM, what is the size of PM from P to M? What is the size? Size of this side is A, and the size of this side we calculated B cos theta. Let us write down within bracket A plus B cos theta square plus RN. RN size is B sin theta, right? B sin theta square. Where it is now expanded using the formula of A plus B whole square. What is the formula of A plus B whole square? A square plus B square plus 2AB. So I'll use that formula. I'll first write A square, then B square, I'll write B square cos square theta plus 2AB, that is 2AB cos theta, plus this will be becoming B square sin square theta. Now continue further, you get R square is equal to A square plus B square, I will take common. B square is common. You get cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2AB cos theta. Trigonometry, we know the formula A square plus B square cos square theta plus sin square theta gives 1. So this will remain B square only. And then now this will come 2AB cos theta. This is 1, so B square into 1 gives answer B square. So this is becoming the formula of the magnitude of resultant R. Magnitude of the vector of the resultant vector R is given by this formula. R square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. This becomes the formula. Formula we take it by using R, or we can add R, therefore R is equal to root of this formula, A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. This is how the magnitude of the resultant is decided. So, magnitude of the resultant depends mainly on the angle theta. What angle the two vectors are inclined with one another. It depends upon that angle. It depends upon the value of theta there. And the formula, exact formula is this one. R square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. If you remember the case which I did just before, that like this way is 4 meters, like this way it is 3 meters. The Pythagoras theorem will come like this, no? Then why Pythagoras theorem we apply? Because this angle is how much degree? 90 degree. Angle between them is how much? 90 degree. Use this formula here. Theta value put 90 degree. Then answer become R square is equal to A square. This is A. This is B. This is the value of B. This is R. R square is equal to. We are applying this formula only. A square. A square means 4 square plus 3 square plus 2 into 4 into 3 into cos 90 degree, because angle between A and B is 90 degree here. So this cos 90 degree is 0, the entire thing becomes 0. Don't take this. You get R square is coming 4 square plus 3 square. Then 16 plus 9, 25. Therefore, R value will come 5. And exactly if you remember, the value of Pythagoras theorem, the value of R is coming what? 5 meters there. But it's only applicable when the angle between two of them is 90 degree. But if the angle is 60 degree, it won't come Pythagoras with this value. It will come by using this formula only. Theta value will put 60 degree and then calculate the answer. The answer will come different. So this formula will determine the This formula we take, instead of taking root way, we take it like this. R square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Where what is R? R is the resultant magnitude of the resultant vector. Magnitude of the resultant of the addition of two vectors. When we are adding the two vectors, the magnitude will come, magnitude of the resultant vector will come like this. And this also will have a direction R. This R will have a direction. So that direction we find by finding the angle. We have to specify at what direction this vector is situated. Location of this vector will be find by finding this angle. This angle we can denote by either alpha or by phi. Alpha or by this sign phi. So any one of the sign symbol you can use for it. Let us find the value of this alpha. So this formula, please note down. This is the formula of this formula. You take it this way: R square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. What is theta? Theta is the angle between the two vectors. Now this will give the magnitude of the resultant of the two vectors. And what about the direction? Direction we find by finding the angle. We like tan alpha now. Tan of this angle, tan alpha. Tan alpha value will come perpendicular by the base. Tan alpha value will come Rm by Pm. Right, tan alpha as it is. Rm value is coming B sin theta, and Pm value is coming A plus B cos theta. This therefore alpha value will come, tan will go that side, so it becomes like this. Tan inverse, we call it tan inverse, tan to the power of -1. This value you have in your calculator. You can use this value in calculator and find the value of degrees and all, okay? And this will give the direction, right? Like this, B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. This alpha with alpha is what? Is the angle with which vector? With the vector A. So right here, with A, with the vector A, we write it. Okay. Alpha determines direction, exact location, direction. So a vector must have two things. It must have direction, it must have magnitude. What is the formula of magnitude according to the law of addition? What is the formula of magnitude? Formula magnitude, we take it this way: R square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. And what is the direction of the magnitude? What is the formula of the direction? Formula of the direction is given by this one: alpha, the angle. Alpha is equal to the tan inverse B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. With which direction? This is the angle, something degree with which vector? With the vector A. With the direction of the vector A. This is the angle of here. This is R is making this much angle. Theta is the angle between both the vectors, but alpha is the angle between the vector A and the vector R. Vector R means what? Resultant vectors. So this is called law of parallelogram of vectors, or we can call it law of addition of vectors. Hope it is clear.
About the B
Yes,
one
any doubt?
angle
No,
with
sir.
B vector. Angle with the B.
Angle with B will be theta minus alpha. As simple as that. You have to mention the angle with any one of them. Okay. Normally we mention the angle with this one, with this horizontal vector. Normally. Understand?
Yes, sir.
If by chance you have to express your answer in terms of the angle with the B vector, that we know the total angle theta, this alpha is known, theta minus alpha will give this answer. I give one example. Suppose this entire angle is 60 degrees and alpha value is coming 45 degrees. What is the value of this angle? The angle with B will be how much? 60 minus 45, 15 degrees. That way you can explain. Yes? You understood the two formulas? Formula of resultant,
sir.
formula of direction. Alright? Yes? So today we are doing this
Yes, sir.
one, this much only, and tomorrow I will discuss the special cases and the law of triangle I'll discuss next class. Okay, I mean tomorrow. Alright? Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, today we are doing this one.